So it's Tuesday morning. Sadly, it's my last day here in Sicily, and I'm just going to meet my guide Alice, who's going to do a very brief introductory tour to Palermo and all of its gems, the history, the food market, these amazing churches I've been told that I'm going to see. So let's go and meet Alice.
Buongiorno Michael e benvenuto a Palermo. So let's start our exploration together and let's discover all the beauty of this fantastic city together. So here we are in front of the main gate of the Capo Market, one of the big city markets of Palermo. It's a daily market, fresh food, vegetables, fish, and let's go and let's discover this wonderful and colorful world. Okay, so for example here we have some fantastic fruits that gives us the opportunity to discover some mythology too. This little thing here is a delicious kind of fruit eaten by Ulysses himself, forgetting about everything. And then we have pomegranates, which were the fruits, the seeds in particular, eaten by Persephone when Hades kidnapped her and brought her into the underworld to be the queen. So in a few steps we have a lot of history. Another big character of Sicilian cuisine is the prickly pear. So here you have prickly pears, and when traveling around Sicily you will see that cactus are everywhere. But cactus arrived to Europe, and in Sicily in particular, right after the discovery of America. Columbus was supposed to get to India, and by accident he discovered a new continent. That's the reason why we call the prickly pears fichi d'India, Indian figs. Grazie.
L'ultimo è da 50 euro.
Solo, cioè si paragono anche al fallo. Troppo, cioè proprio regalata questa. So, we say that if New York is the city that never sleeps, Palermo is the city where you will never starve. Something really typical is to have a fresh juice. You can have pomegranate, or you can have orange, or you can have every kind of citrus, and above all during summertime this is extremely refreshing. So it's true that in Sicily food and religion go always together. Have a look to this fish shop. It seems pretty normal. But if you have a larger view of it, you will discover that the shop is part of a church. So Michael, I would like to show you something super important for us from the traditional point of view. We don't have Halloween. We have the celebration of dead ancestors, and we have 2 days which are super important, 1st and 2nd of November. During the night between those 2 days, Sicilian children will get presents from their dead ancestors. And the most traditional is this martorana fruit, or the pupacena, which is this kind of puppet which is done with sugar. Very tasty and delicious. So let's say a sweet way to be attached to your ancestors and your family. So we are now in Dainotti's place, and that's the place where everyone wants to have lunch, because they won a sort of a special award, special competition in street food, and here you can taste everything about street food. So something that I recommend always is be curious. Be curious because there are like hidden gems that you will never expect. Let's go and let's discover one. I'm waiting for you. Wow.
Wow. You would not
Here it
expect
is.
this.
Here it is. So you have
Straight off a street market.
exactly a little bit hidden. You have this kind of fantastic, extraordinary Baroque gem. So when inside this fantastic church, don't miss the opportunity to meet Santa Rosalia, the patron saint of Palermo, and to see this fantastic altar with this inlaid decoration representing the grotto where the young saint spent the very last years of her life. So from the Liberty style of the beginning of the 1900s, we go directly to the contemporary street art. And here we have a very nice message saying, Dove c'è amore, c'è vita. So where there's love, there's life. Here we have a contemporary version of the traditional Sicilian cart. And this is a motor cart, but as you can see, the knights represented are always the same, and above all, they are the one you will find in the puppet theater. So, Michael, are you ready for another wow effect?
Absolutely, let's go.
Okay, so let's have it in 3, 2, 1. Right on your right hand side, the apse of the cathedral. Where's the wow?
It's I'm just like sort of taking it all in, but I can say wow, but
Jaw-dropping.
yeah, something totally different to what we've just been seeing.
Now that you had your inner wow, be aware that this is typical of Palermo. So a mix of different styles and cultures, of course, creating altogether something unique. So Michael, as you can see, the side is even more interesting and as beautiful as the back. Here we will have again a mix of styles dating back to different periods. And I'll tell you a secret. There's a sort of a unwritten rule according to which if a place is considered holy, it will stay forever. You can change the confession maybe, but the place will keep its holiness. And maybe that was what happened to this place, that before being a Christian cathedral was maybe a pagan temple. So this big building is the Royal Palace of Palermo. This area was inhabited since the very beginning of the city, because in the basement of this building nowadays we can see the Punic walls built by the Phoenicians when they founded the city in the 8th century BC. But then this place was transformed in a royal palace by the Normans, who landed to Sicily a couple of years before the famous Battle of Hastings. We should add that. So again, always be curious and be eager to learn something new, something unknown, something new. Explore. And you will discover that historical buildings in the city center usually have a courtyard where sometimes you will find like a pottery shop, or you can see maybe someone working. And also what is really astonishing is that you will have also like private apartments and ordinary people living here, right in the city center of the town. Amazing, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And to buy big apartments. But then people started to come back. It will be crowded, it will be noisy, it will be full of music, but it's the most famous intersection you will find in Palermo, the four corners o I quattro canti. Let's go and see it. Fantastic fountain has a very nice story because it has a nickname. If you ask to everyone in Palermo about the fountain of Piazza Pretoria, people will have a big question mark on their faces. But if you ask about Fontana delle Vergogne, the fountain of the shame, then everyone will tell you, oh, the fountain right in front of the city hall. So easily done. All the statues are naked, and the poor cloister nuns living in the monastery right in front, watching out from the window, would have said, oh, what a shame. So Mike, are you ready for the next wow? Next time I definitely want to hear it.
Okay, I promise, Alice, I promise. Let me take it in. Wow. I had to take it in first. Now there's a wow. Again, now you're going to tell me the history. I've taken it in. I've done the wow.
Okay. So, again, we are in front of this amazing, fantastic mix of culture, but be aware that this is definitely Palermo. So, I think that I will leave you with a little clue. If you want to discover the rest of this story, you should come back, because a couple of hours is not enough. It's definitely not enough. So come back and discover the amazing beauty of Palermo.
So Alice, I just want to say thank you so much for a fabulous, passionate, very brief tour of Palermo, and hopefully it's given a little bit of an insight of what you can do in 2 hours, but you really need 3 days to do such a tour, to give itself justice, and hopefully this is a little teaser to encourage and create a lot of intrigue as to what you can do in Palermo.
Definitely it is. So don't miss this opportunity. We are waiting you here in Palermo.
And Alice will be your guide. She can't wait to meet you soon. Thank you, Alice.
Thank you.
Ciao for now.
Ciao.